queen. Ready to find out? Are you ready to find out?
I think so.
Alright, we're gonna go find out. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hebert house. I'm so glad you're here. I know it's been a long time since I've posted an update, and I thank you guys for being patient with me. I'll get a little bit more into that later, but this is going to be our 15-week pregnancy update. There's so much to update you guys on. So much good news, and just a lot of fun stuff. And also at the end of this video, I will be telling you what gender our baby is. We know if it's a girl or a boy, and we know the name, and I can't wait to share it with you guys at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around. But first, if you are new here, I am Lelia. I'm the mom here at the Hebert house, and we do a lot of videos. Well, we're getting back to doing videos after a rocky first trimester, but on pregnancy, we did a lot of videos on cleaning and organizing, homeschooling, a lot of day-to-day stuff, hauls, home decor hauls, Dollar Tree hauls, and then of course our pregnancy journey through losing a child, infertility, and trying to conceive. So make sure you stick around, and I would love for you to join our family, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's get into it. If you see me looking down, I have some notes. But I'm really excited to be in our 15th week. Like, we're in our second trimester, we're trucking right along, I'm feeling a lot better. The reason why I haven't posted videos is because weeks 12 through 15 have been kind of hard. We have had a lot going on, but mostly I've been on bed rest, complete bed rest, like in bed, don't get up unless it's to go to the doctor or go to the bathroom type of bed rest. And so there hasn't been a lot to tape videos, and also I was looking kind of like a truck hit me for a long time there, and I wasn't feeling very pretty, or, and I know that y'all don't care if I feel very pretty, but I do, and I just didn't feel like making videos, honestly. But I'm feeling a lot better now, so hopefully we'll get more videos up on the channel in November and through the holidays, because we're really looking forward to that. So let's start on week 12, because that's where we left off. Week 12, we went to our high-risk doctor for the first time. We go to an amazing high-risk doctor. She's super thorough, super informative, and I really like her. It's the same one that we went to with Everett. And we did our scan, and everything with the baby looked great, his body and everything. But there were some concerns with my cervix. And they definitely confirmed that I did have placenta previa, and that it was completely covering the cervix, and there was also some blood vessels that they didn't know were uterine wall or placenta. And so we kind of had a setback in our plan. And if you've been around the Hebert house long, you know that I am a planner. I like a plan, I like for things to go a certain way. I'm learning to be more go with the flow in the last year, but I'm still, you know, when I have my mindset that things are gonna go a certain way, I like for them to do that. And so with the placenta previa and my placenta being on top of my cervix, she did let us know at that visit that they could not do the cerclage. And what the cerclage is, if you're not familiar, is when they go in and they do a stitch around your cervix to keep it from opening. When we went into preterm labor with Everett, they didn't know if it was from, which one happened first, the abruption of my placenta from my uterine wall or my cervix opening and starting to dilate, because I did have my water break in that situation. So they're covering all their bases, basically. And so they had told me from the point where we had lost Everett that they would do the cerclage at 13 weeks. It would keep my cervix closed, and it was just one of those things I was looking forward to give me a little bit more comfort, a little bit more solidification of the pregnancy, that, you know, that wasn't going to open and that wasn't going to be a problem. And so at 12 weeks, when they told me that we couldn't have it, I was upset. I just wanted that confirmation that everything was going to stay together. So that was a little disheartening. And she also said that there was a lot of pressure down there, because I've been feeling a lot of pressure. I hadn't felt any pain yet, just pressure. And so with the pressure, she wanted me to take it easy, try to stay off my feet at that point. So that was at 12 weeks. We went back at 13 weeks because she wanted to do another scan just to see if anything had moved. and because she was really wanting to put the cerclage in. So we went back at 13 weeks and the placenta had not moved. And by this point, we actually had to go a couple days early because I was having a lot of pain with the pressure down in my, sorry, I always forget to say TMI. These may be a little TMI for people who are not wanting to learn about pregnancy, but in my, you know, baby region, and it was very painful. If I was up if I was up on my feet more than 15 to 20 minutes, it would start being very, very, very painful, and very, like, the pressure down there was really bad. So I was having to pretty much stay in bed because of the pain. So we went a couple days early. They scanned again, and they thought what they were seeing was that my placenta was still over my cervix, but it was lobed. And it's called placenta oh my gosh, I totally have it in my head and I just blanked out. Placenta vital, I think is what it's called. I'll have to put it down in the description box, but it's where you have a lobed uterus or a lobed placenta, and there's like two parts, and then it's connected by veins, which she was like is very rare, of course. And they wanted me to come back in another week to check it, but they wanted me on complete bed rest because of the pressure, because of the pain. My cervix was still long and full at that point, so they weren't really worried about the cervix at that point, but they still wanted me in bed because I didn't have the cerclage in. So I was in bed full time, 13 weeks. Oh, and she also said that if the placenta did not move together, that I could not go past 37 weeks. And they have also said that I will not, under any circumstances, basically, they did not feel comfortable with me having this baby vaginally, that they want to do a C-section because I've already had a C-section. They want to go ahead and schedule it so that way there's no realm of unknown, basically, with a vaginal birth. Womp womp. I was really hoping to be able to do a VBAC. If you're not sure what a VBAC is, that's a vaginal birth after C-section. Because with my C-section with Bobby, I was just so out of it that I didn't even get to experience him being born. But they have assured me that they would only like give me the epidural, so everything down there is done, but I would still be awake. So I said, if that's the case, then that's fine. Whatever we have to do for the baby, I just want to be able to experience it. So fingers crossed that everything goes well with that. So that was 13 weeks. I'm just making sure I'm sticking to my notes. And 14 weeks. So 14 weeks last week, we went back to the high-risk doctor. We were going every week, and she did another scan. So let me back up. In between 13 and 14 weeks, we reached out to our prayer warriors, and we really hit our knees. If you're new to our channel, I do speak very freely about my faith in God and how he has just gotten us through the last year, because I literally do not think that I could have gotten through it without his grace and his just holding me up physically. But we did a lot of praying. We did a lot of, we reached out to a lot of our prayer warriors that the placenta would go ahead and move on up and get off of my cervix so we could get the cerclage and have that level of comfort that we really were desiring through the pregnancy. So we go into our 14-week ultrasound, and she's scanning, and lo and behold, the placenta has moved. It has moved up and off the cervix, and it's not lobed by God's good grace. Where they thought was lobed, they said it's probably just uterine wall. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but placenta is not lobed, placenta is not on my cervix, and placenta is moving up really well with my uterine wall expanding, and everything was good. So we definitely owe that all to God. We just are just grateful, obviously, that he was able to hear our prayers and that my body was able to, you know, work that way. So we were very excited to hear that. As soon as we got out of the ultrasound, the doctor, we were in her room, and I was like, so does that mean that we're getting close to being able to do the cerclage? And she's like, oh yeah, we're scheduling it today. Yay! So we scheduled it for this week, which is 15 weeks. But I want to tell you a super, super cute story. And this is definitely from my memories. Y'all might not think it's as cute as I do, but we got home from the 14-week appointment. And Kevin and Bobby read to the baby every night. And even though the baby can't hear yet, but we read to the baby every night. And after that, he talked to my belly and he was like, "You are so strong. Thank you for pushing that placenta out of the way." And I just melted inside. Like, it was just the sweetest, cutest thing I think I've ever heard. And especially coming from Kevin, who when we first got married was not interested in having children, and just seeing him become a dad, and just my heart just melted. Like, ew, gosh, I can't even, like, just thinking about it, I want to like cry, because it's just so cute the way he said it. Just thank you for being so strong. Anyways, so that's that little side story that probably was more for me, but I wanted to share with you guys. So we are at 15 weeks now. We are at 15 weeks, and we had the Cerclage done yesterday, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. If you're squeamish, this may be a little bit of information. It really isn't that bad. So we went to the hospital yesterday, and they did the Cerclage, and what happened is they did a spinal amnesia. So it was like an epidural, but they don't leave the port in. And so they numbed me from the waist down, and she went in and basically, from what I understand, was able to surgically like tie up or stitch up my cervix so that it can't open. And the actual procedure probably took maybe 15 or 20 minutes. You can be awake. In my case, they said I could be awake during it, but it was a little much for me being in the operator room and just kind of hearing everything going on. So they just gave me like a little something to calm me down, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up as she was finishing up. They did an ultrasound of the baby. Everything looked great. Heart rate was great. And so it was good. Everything was good. I had to recover for about 45 minutes just because obviously you can't move your legs, and they want to make sure that everything, you know, is good. They really are very adamant about you not getting sick, and I always get sick coming out of anesthesia, so they gave me something for that. And because if you throw up, it can hurt, you know, the work that they just did because of pressure. And so I was in recovery for about 45 minutes. They took me back to the room. I was in there for about an hour, and I was able to get up, use the restroom, and I was doing well enough where I could go home. So it was super easy. There's a little bit of bleeding and cramping last night and a little bit today, but she said that should be gone over the weekend. And I feel good today. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it was just this little stepping stone that kind of helped move towards being even more comfortable with the pregnancy. I don't know if I'll be completely comfortable until we get past that 28-week mark, where I know that if the baby is born, that they'll most likely make it. But I am feeling better, I guess. So that's 15 weeks. 16 weeks is next week, and there will start my shots of progesterone. I'll get a weekly shot every week. That should help prohibit any preterm labor that I may go into, and we're just trucking right along. We're really looking forward to the holidays, but at the same time, we're kind of wary. Halloween hit a lot harder than I thought it was going to without Everett here. You know, I'd already had it planned that he would wear his big brother's pumpkin costume, and yeah, it just hurt a lot more than I thought it was going to. I knew I would be hit hard during like Thanksgiving and Christmas, because we actually announced our pregnancy with Everett the day before Thanksgiving last year. And so just knowing that those dates are coming up, and those kind of memories on Facebook and things like that, yeah, it's hard. But yeah, so just pray for us during the holidays. While we have this miracle rainbow baby, it doesn't take away the grief and the pain of missing a child during the holidays. So, you know, just pray for us there. But everything's steamrolling right along. I'm getting more comfortable. And, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine, Megan, and she told me she thinks that I would get more comfortable and more attached to the pregnancy once I knew the gender. And I thought maybe, but y'all, she was so right. It was like as soon as we found out the gender of the baby, my heart kind of opened up a little. Like I said, I'm still feel a little guarded just because I'm not worried. You know, you're hesitant. Obviously, when you've had such a late loss like we did with Everett, it's just a hesitancy, a protecting yourself type thing. But I am feeling a lot more connected to the baby now. So I'm gonna go ahead here and I'm gonna show you the video of us finding out what the baby is. This was such a special moment. We decided not to do a gender reveal with this pregnancy because I knew it would be very emotional for us. And so Kevin and I just went out to one of our favorite places out at the lake and just found out, just him and I, and then came home and shared it with family and friends. So I'm gonna show you that clip right now. You wanna tell him?
I'll tell him.
Ready? We'll say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's a boy!
Sorry. I'm so excited.
You called it, baby.
I really wanted a boy. I didn't want to admit it. I really wanted a boy.
The truth comes out now.
Boy. It's a boy. We are so excited. I'm gonna cry. We are so excited that we have another little boy. Sorry, I'm not a pretty crier. Hold on. It is a boy. We are so excited to have another little brother coming. If I have to be completely honest with myself and with y'all, I was leaning towards really wanting a boy. I'm a boy mom. I love being a boy mom already. And not that I would have been upset in the least bit if it was a girl, but I was looking forward to having a baby boy around again because I had so much fun when Bobby was a baby. And also I was really excited to have a boy to give him his name. And so I'm gonna share that with you guys now. I know a lot of people wait till the end to share names, but having the baby be a boy and having a name has helped me connect so significantly to the baby, and just become even more excited about the pregnancy. So his name is going to be Hobson McGuire. I'll put it right here so you can see the spelling, but Hobson is Nanny, who is my grandmother's dad's name. And so it's a family name, and then I also have an older cousin that's named Hobson as well. So it'll be Hobson, and then his middle name, try not to ugly cry again, is McGuire. And McGuire was one of my very best friends. He was the best friend of my ex-husband, who became one of my best friends, and he was also the godfather for Bobby, my oldest son. And he passed away in April of this year, right after we lost Everett. And it was a pretty significant blow. Losing a friend that has always been there, that you rely on just being there, and then not having them there has been hard. And especially losing them right after losing an aunt that was very close to, and losing my child. March and April were hard, but I knew as soon as we got, actually before I got pregnant again, that if it was a boy, I wanted to use his name. And so we did. So our little boy will be Hobson McGuire. And just having that name for our little boy has been so special and so significant to us that I just get so excited and just so happy every time I say his name. And so we're having another little boy. Yay! We are really enjoying, you know, the time of getting to know the baby now. And I have felt him kick a couple of times. It's just been kind of few and far between, and I'm looking forward to feeling that more obviously in the coming weeks. So that's our update. I'm so excited to share that information with you guys. Thank you so much for being patient with us. I really hope to have a lot more videos up in November. And I'm almost to 1,500 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. That was a crazy surprise when I looked at it. So I will keep you guys informed. I hope y'all have a great day. Go dogs, by the way, and I'll see you soon. God bless.